Before I get started, I want to give a big shout out to all the people winning with the EA, especially on Discord. I see you guys posting results every single day. This guy gets funded. This guy makes 1K a day. This guy this guy that. So I want to congratulate everybody there and clap it up for you guys. Keep it up. That's what we like to see. All right, let me see. Can we accept more people? I think not. Somebody said, where are you posting the recordings? I will be uploading this to YouTube, as well as a couple references that I want you to go watch, a couple of documentaries and stuff like that. I want you to go watch after this webinar is done. That will help you understand a couple of more concepts more. All right. So let me take these cameras off here and go on full screen mode. All right. If you're ready to get started, type in ready in the chat so I know that you guys are ready to get started. We can kick off this nice webinar. Okay, I see a bunch of people saying ready. Amazing, 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 amazing. You guys coming in hot. Okay, so psychology webinar. In this webinar, we'll be talking about a couple of psychology things that I want you to realize in order to help you in your trading career and in order to help you in life in general. Because once you get this, there's a lot of things that will change in your outer world. Now, before I get started, I don't want you to keep an open mind and to accept maybe concepts that you did not know before or that you maybe refused to know before. And I want you to keep an open mind, okay? Now, the reason why I wanted to do this psychology webinar in the first place is because I talked to a lot of you on Discord, and I see some of you guys just crush it when it comes to trials, right? On demo, you guys is crushing it. You're passing this, passing that. And as soon as you start trading on an account, real challenge account that you paid for, you just start messing up. And the reason why, it's not really a strategy problem, because while you were on demo, you were doing amazingly fine. But once you actually put in your own money to buy the challenge, now you started messing up, and that's due to your psychology and due to the things that we will be talking about in a bit. Can anybody here in the chat tell me, like, when you were trading demo, were you doing better than on a real challenge? Yes or no? This way we know who are the people who have the most problems. So I'm seeing yes, yes. Another one, yes. Most definitely. Yeah, you see, this is a very common theme. And that's exactly why I wanted to do it. And because you have gotten results on trial, it means that the strategy itself is not the problem. The problem is deeper than that, is more internal. So let's get started, man. Let me take off my watch. It's kind of bothering me. Let's get started. What is the root of the issue? Why do you perform so well when it comes to demo and you don't perform when it comes to a real account? Why is it that when you're demo trading, you can go ahead and execute the strategy and do it exactly how it's supposed to be done? You let the EA do what it does, and then you end up passing. And then when you're on a real challenge, you start panicking, you start having a bunch of fear, you start all kinds of stuff that did not show up before, now out of nowhere just comes up. The root of the issue is that you have an attachment to money. All right. So this is an emotion deeply ingrained within you, and is that you're actually attached to money. Because before, when you didn't put any money on the line, you didn't really care. So you were 100% logical in your decisions. But now that you put actual money from your pocket and you put some skin in the game, now the real attachment is starting to come out. So this is the root of the issue and why you perform very differently when you're on demo versus when you're in your real account. Now, before we can address the issue, we have to understand a couple of things first. All right. So debunking the myth. In order for us to understand our attachment to money, we have to understand what is money in the first place, right? So money is an exchange of value. It solves something that is called the double coincidence of wants. So let's say 2, 3, 400 years ago, when the barter system existed, people used to barter whatever services or items they had in exchange for each other. But there was a problem that used to happen, and it was called the double coincidence of wants, because let's say I make chairs and you have chicken. You sell chickens. Now, in order for me to get your chickens, you need to want my chairs. But what if you already have your chairs and you don't want them, right? You don't want a chair. What am I going to do? Go eat my chair? No. So that problem needed to be solved, because sometimes what I want is not what you want. And then therefore the transaction cannot happen. So what needed to happen instead is find a new medium that everybody agrees upon, that is a storage of value and an exchange of value. That way people can get everything they want and transact. So this is the main function of money. It is also a storage of value, because let's say we made the transaction today, but I don't really want to use that until 2 years from now. I can store it in something that has value. And now, during our times now, we use paper money or digital money, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a bit of both. But during the times, money has been all kinds of things. Money was seashells, money was like paper notes, money was leaves, money was gold. For a very long time, it was gold. And now money is kind of digitalized, and we still have paper money, right? A little bit here and there, not as much as before, but money changes, all right? And what I want you to understand is money is a neutral, inanimate object with zero emotions. Money is a fucking piece of paper. It has no emotions towards you or towards anything. It's neutral. It's not bad. It's not good. It's just a tool. So basically, the same way money is a tool is the same way a hammer is a tool. But why do you have so much emotions towards money, but you don't have emotions towards a hammer? You don't look at a hammer and you have attachment to it, right? It's just a tool. So this is something that you must change within your worldview, is starting to see money as just a tool. Now, there is a reason why we are emotionally attached to it. The reason why is because money is subconsciously linked to our survival as humans. Because all of us here know that, hey, if I don't have money, I can't buy food, I can't pay for rent, I won't have shelter, and I will die. So this is subconsciously ingrained in you from years and years and years of ancestry and whatnot. And it's very hard to get over it. Because at the end of the day, we know that if you don't have any money, you will die, literally. How many homeless people die because they have absolutely nothing? That's just the reality of the world. So this is why you have an attachment to money when it comes to even trading. So let's say you're trading and you see your accounting drawdown, and instantly you're starting to panic because you're losing money, but that triggers something inside of you really deep down that has to do with your survival instinct. Now, how do we solve all of these problems? It's a very deep issue, and it's not easy to solve, to be honest with you, and it's not going to be solved in one day. So how can we solve this problem when it's a very deep-rooted problem? So there are a couple of things that we must understand first in order to solve this problem. So let's get started. If you realize something, if you realize that money in and of itself is fake, you will have a lot of, you will have like a aha moment, an epiphany. Now, let me explain to you what I say when I mean money is fake. Money in its current state is nothing but numbers that don't exist, because the US dollar is not pegged against any assets, which makes it just paper. It's literally just a piece of paper. If you think about it, back in the day, money was backed by gold. So in order, whatever amount of circulating paper money was out in the economy, it was backed by that same amount in the banks. So they had the equivalent of gold, right? But now in the 70s, they took that off and money just became something that the Fed could print at any time that they wanted, whenever they wanted. And that is what rendered money what made money fake and has lost its value over time. This is why currently we're seeing problems such as inflation going crazy and whatnot. In between 2020 and 2022, like the most amounts of dollars have been printed since the start of money in general. Also, there's something that you have to understand about banks and how they work. So banks follow something that is called a fractional reserve system. So what this makes it is that banks can create $1,000 out of your $100 that you give them from thin air. So let's say, for example, you're a regular person, you have a day job, you make $4,000 a month, and you go and deposit that into your checking account or your saving account. Do you think the bank keeps that money there? As soon as that money hits the bank, your money is lended out instantly. But the thing is, because of the fractional reserve system, they don't just lend out your $4,000, but out of that $4,000, they can create $40,000 worth of debt, which basically means most of the money in the world is just debt. It's not real. It's just an IOU or a promise of repayment. So therefore, if you really think about it, money is fake. And therefore, if you do come to that realization, then ask yourself, why are you so attached to something that is fake? Think about it for a second. Now, there's something else. Some of us, or most of us, have subconscious limiting beliefs about money itself. Now, the subconscious part of your brain actually governs 95% of your actions, which means that only 5% is what you consciously do or what you consciously think. So what ends up happening is if you have limiting beliefs about money, but your conscious brain telling you, hey, I want to get rich. Hey, I want to make money. Hey, I want to do this. It's not going to be able to. You're going to have cognitive dissonance because one part of your brain is telling you, hey, I want to get rich, which is your conscious. And then the other part has limiting beliefs about money since you were a kid. For example, a lot of these beliefs could stem from your childhood trauma. Let's use myself, for example. I was born in Africa and in Morocco, and I was poor as I grew up. And that, in a way, traumatized me. And when I grew up and in my adult life, my conscious brain wanted to become rich, but my subconscious brain didn't let me because I just had these negative beliefs about money. So I would try extremely hard and do everything that was possible. I would work jobs, I would start trading, this and that, but nothing ever clicked off for me. Nothing ever worked until I cleared my limiting beliefs. Now, these beliefs could also be instilled in you by, for example, your parents or by society. For example, all the time we hear, hey, money is evil, money doesn't grow on trees, money is hard to make, money is this and that. Usually, if you really think about it, we all of us heard this kind of stuff from our parents when we were younger. And then because when we're young, our subconscious is very open to accepting anything that is given, it stays with you even in your adult life. So that means you could be right now listening to me talk, you're 40 years old, and you're still operating from beliefs, subconscious beliefs that were triggered when you were 7 years old. All right. So it's a very deep-rooted issue. So what can we do about this? How can we clear this? How can we win even when we have this? All right. So clearing limiting beliefs. You cannot skip the inner work. The inner work that you have to do is something that is hard, it's something that is uncomfortable, it's something that maybe you won't like to face your demons and go back and find what was the root of your trauma or why you are the way that why you have the beliefs that you have about money right now. But it must be done. You just cannot skip it. And trust me, if you do the inner work and you clear these limiting beliefs, everything will change for you very fast. I'm talking very fast, because right now, all of you, if you're on this Zoom, you already have the EA. You already have a proven strategy that 100% works. If you're on Discord every single day, you're seeing people win. You're seeing people make money with it. You're seeing people get funded. You're seeing people get payouts. So you know that what you have in your hands works. And you also live in 2022, where you have opportunities such as prop firms in general, where they're literally willing to give you money. So everything when it comes to the logical side of things is already covered. You're good. But what is not is when it comes to your psychological side or your mental side, that's not covered, because nobody can fix that for you other than you. You can have the best trading EA in the fucking planet, and if you don't actually clear your limiting beliefs about money and everything, you will still manage to fail. You will still make profits today, make profits the next day, and on the third day, blow it all. And you're in a constant loop of just losing. And it's not because the EA is not good. It's because the limiting beliefs that are governing you are still extremely deep within you, and they're not letting you advance forward because you have negative beliefs about money. You think money is bad internally. You think it's not good. You think it's for evil people. You think this, and that. So why would money come to you in the first place? Now, something that I did personally is something called RTT therapy. Now, I have no association with this company or with whatever this thing is, but it's just from my own experience, I used it and it helped me extremely fast. So what RTT is basically an audio session, which is based on hypnosis, which goes deep within your subconscious and it clears your limiting beliefs. Now, I will send everybody this PowerPoint so that you can actually get the download link here, or I'll put the download link when I upload this on YouTube in the description. It's like $7. It's nothing. By the way, I have no association to this company. The owner of this company is called Marissa Peer. She's a very, very, very successful woman. She has worked with celebrities and whatnot. And yeah, what she has works, right? And basically what it is audio that you can use subconsciously. I mean, that you can use so that it goes into your subconscious, clears your limiting beliefs about money, makes you feel like you are actually worthy of success, which by the way, you are, makes you feel like you do deserve this success, and clears the negative stuff that you have. All right. Another exercise that you need to do is sitting down and writing your limiting beliefs. So you want to sit down and write the limiting beliefs yourself. So for example, let's say when you were a kid, you struggled because you didn't have money or something like that. You want to sit down and try to recall that moment in time when that happened. What was the first instance that you felt that, and that you felt like, oh, money is hard to make, or oh, whatever limiting belief you're operating from, and then logically clear it. So logically sit down and say, is this true? Is money really evil? Sit down and ask yourself, like with a pen, and ask yourself, is money really evil? Well, no, money is neutral. Money is an inanimate object. It can't be good or bad or evil or greed. It's people who put whatever they want on it. So therefore, money is not evil. Money can be really good if you're a good person. Money can really be really bad if you're a bad person. So it's just a reflection of yourself. So right there and then, you want to keep having these kind of conversations with the deep beliefs that you have, and then clear them. Trust me, you do this type of stuff, you do the RTT, give it like a good month, you will see massive improvements. But you do have to do this every day, especially, for example, the therapy session. I'll give you all the download link if you want it. All right, let's move forwards. So this is what you want the goal to be. You want the goal of doing all of this is to completely detach your emotions from money to the point where you can light a paper bill on fire and not feel a single thing. You heard me right. You want to take money, a paper bill, light it on fire and not feel anything about it. Matter of fact, let's do it. Let's do it right now. All right, you have 20 bucks here. Now, I don't have a lighter because I don't smoke, right? But let's fucking cut it, rip it. 20 bucks. I don't feel a damn thing. Let's go. Rest in peace. Gone. You want to get to that. Go try it out. Try it out right now and you will see. You will have something within you like it's not letting you. You'll start, oh shit, but that's money. Oh, but I can do this with it. Oh, but I can buy this and this with it. Oh. That's your attachment to money. And that needs to get removed. You need to clear that out. That's exactly what's happening when you're trying to trade and it's going into drawdown and you start panicking. And now you're starting to close all of the trades way too early than you should. That's exactly what's happening because you're still attached. Okay, let's go back to the screen share. So yes, you want to completely detach your emotions from money to the point where you can light a paper bill on fire and not feel a thing. Try it out. Do this. Start doing the things that I'm telling you. And then at the end of the 30 days, take $100 bill and light it on fire and see how you feel. Use it as a litmus test. If you still feel some kind of way, it means you still have work to do. If you do it and you don't feel shit, then you're there, buddy. Whatever you did worked and you're on your way to actually achieving great success in trading and in business, both. Okay, now let's go into things that are more trading related instead of just in general. And this is going to be more logical instead of what we just did now, which is a bit more on the mental side of things. All right, let's go a bit more trading. So the main two emotions that are making you lose money right now and forever is fear and greed. Both of these are the main emotions that hinder people from making money, straight up. Now, let's start by solving fear, and then we'll go into how to solve greed. Now, how do you solve fear? In trading specifically. First of all, you got to ask yourself, has your strategy been proven to work? Because if the answer is yes, and the second question you got to ask yourself is, have others been able to be successful with it? And if the answer to those two questions is yes, then you need to have more confidence in your strategy. If the answer is yes, you need to have confidence in your strategy. That will eliminate some of the fear. If the answer is no, and you don't know anybody that's really making money with this strategy, you don't really know if it's really proven to work, then it is natural that you're going to have fear because you're not certain about the strategy that you're currently using. If you're here and you have the EA and you're part of the Discord, most likely you know that the answer to these two things is yes, because you've been there, you've seen people win, you've been there for 2, 3, 4, 5 months, you've seen people win since the first month till now, the last whatever current month we're in. So the answer to both is yes. If maybe you're using your own manual strategy, then think, hey, bro, hey, like, is anybody else using the strategy and actually very successful with it, or not really? Or did I just create something from thin air? So the more confirmations that you have about something does work, the more faith and certainty you're going to have about it, the less fear you're going to have. All right. And now you want to ask yourself, when you're trading, am I over leveraged? Straight up, am I over leveraged? Is my risk management in place? If you're not over leveraged and your risk management is in place, you have your equity protection on, you know that it works, you have it at a very good level. And especially lately with the new update, which is just insane, which basically you can set the range and it will literally close when it breaks the range. Then why do you have fear? There's no reason to have fear. So if you ask yourself all of these questions and you answer them, then you can clear your fear. Now let's go to greed. Solving greed. Basically, to solve greed, you just got to ask yourself, do I have a trading plan and a daily target goal? Because if you do, then you just have to close when you hit your daily target. That's it. That will eliminate the factor of greed kicking in. Now, the real question becomes, am I disciplined enough to stop trading once I reach my goal? Now, this is a different one. Now we're going into discipline. Am I disciplined enough to stop trading once I reach my goal? Now, this is something that you would have to look within yourself. Create a trading plan for yourself. Let's say your trading plan involves having a 1% daily target goal. Once you hit it, discipline yourself to just close everything and not trade. Don't trade till the next day. That's it. So this is how you would solve greed, because you just have to be disciplined enough to not let it take over. Because what happens if you don't have a daily target goal is that you'll hit your 1% and then you're like, oh, there's more. Let me hit the 2%. Then you do hit your 2%. And then the break happens and now you lost 3%. Now you're back to having nothing. All right. So have a trading plan and a daily target goal. This will save you from your greed. Now, some of us here are not greedy by nature and therefore do not have this problem. It's different in different people, right? This manifests very differently in different types of people. But if you are the type of person that keeps losing money because of greed, then you just have to discipline yourself enough to have a trading plan and a daily target and to stick to it. All right. All right. So now let's do a Q&A. You guys can ask questions in the chat, or if you want me to put you on video, whatever, I can unmute you and then we can talk. Let's have a Q&A. You can maybe tell me situations you're dealing with. You can tell me what you think about this webinar that we just did. What did you learn from this? Like, did you learn anything from this? Did you come out with like, what are the 3 most important things you learned? Something like that. Tell me in the chat. I'm gonna burn money when I get the chance. All right, mindset is everything. Yes. Thanks, bro. I learned that I have to have a daily goal to overcome greed. Absolutely. Money isn't real. That is true. I have not yet taken to the... I think the best thing I learned was the daily goal. Awesome. Somebody said discipline and having a daily limit. That's good. Is there a point in time where you will go over how to use the EA on a call like this? Yeah, maybe we can do that. Samaria said this webinar was great. It made me realize that I have greed and not much confidence in my strategy. We'll be doing more inner work to improve. That's amazing. Targets to be met every day and not always be in the market if the conditions aren't right. Yeah, this one I see a lot of people struggle with. Like, they just put the EA on at any time. No, you're like, don't feel obliged to trade at all times. There are days where there are no setups. There's nothing consolidating. Don't trade, bro. Go fucking take a walk. Go get some ice cream and relax. Don't trade. Somebody said, instead of cutting or burning a bill, can we just give it away to a homeless or someone else in need? Would that be proof of disattachment? 100%. Now, I don't have anybody homeless living in my condo, so I can't give it, right? But if you're in the streets and you have some money and you feel attached to it, just give it away to somebody who needs it. That will definitely play in your detachment. And at the same time, you will feel good about it because you just helped somebody else. Somebody said, seeing you cut up that money got me thinking. If when I was cutting that money, you felt some kind of way, you're the exact person that needs to work on themselves. If you saw me cut the money and you felt this feeling like, oh shit, what the fuck is this guy doing? No. Then you have the most detachment, the most attachment. Sorry. Somebody said detaching from money, having a good trading plan, discipline. Yes. Discipline, I lost today because of greed. Yeah, probably you made good money and then you wanted to go over that and then you lost. It happens, man. You got to have a trading plan, a daily target. Stop trading after daily goal. Thank you, Axel. How next time you want to cut money, send it to me. You see this? Next time you want to cut money, send it to me. No, I'm not gonna send it to you. I'm gonna fucking cut it. You're attached to money. The way you're thinking right there is from scarcity. You just your comment. I understand that you believe money is scarce and it's like, oh, send it to me because it's so hard to make. No, it's easy to make. Hey, Axel, I know that sometimes it's easier to recover from drawdown and back to break even, and then one start struggling after reaching there. Don't really get your question. Maybe you can answer, word it better. I learned money depends on how you are confident. If you see it goes in. Could we get a Discord chat around the topic of trading psychology? That's actually a good idea. That's a good idea. Let me make a trade a channel right now on Discord and call it trading psychology. I'll do it live. Trading psychology. All right, I'm about to launch it now. Boom. All right, it was created. Thanks for the idea. Money always comes back to people that are generous and disciplined. This made me more confident and understand that I need to set my target. Yes, absolutely. How was your first challenge that you passed? My first challenge that I passed was like 2020, end of 2020, and it was done manually. This was before the EA ever existed. Can we bullish or bearish on AUD NZD with today's news? I didn't actually check AUD NZD today. We stopped trading that a while ago. Can we have a new set file with the new feature? Look, with the set files are always going to be like very similar, the same. The new feature, like we can't have like something that is like a predetermined range for this because the price always moves, right? So the range today is not going to be the same as tomorrow. It's not going to be the same as the day after that because the price is always moving. So with the price ranger, you need to actually sit down and draw the support and resistance, which is extremely easy. Venus, yes. Yes, we did. Anybody has anything specific with trading that you're struggling with when it comes to psychology? Like something specific? Rose. Yeah, Discord was free for a while, and then we started getting too many fucking trolls and noobs and people asking gazillion questions, and then I was like, nah, we can't have that. The EU set file is for 1 minute time frame. Just asking because of the yes, it is. Manually, I revenge trader. Revenge trading. Okay. So revenge trading. What is the psychology for growing a smaller account than a trading prop firm? Here's how I like to think about. Here's what I like to think about small accounts versus prop firm. In my opinion, you should trade both the same way because the thing that happens when people have small accounts is that because the amount of money is minimal, they take way higher risks. And because they understand that because the amount is minimal, even if they make 10, 20%, it's not really going to be much money. So let's say you have $1,000 account and you make 20%, you made $20. Like, and you know that internally. So that's why you go and want to double, triple, quadruple the accounts, right? Because now then, okay, you made money. But the problem is, if you do that with your small accounts, you're gonna try to do the same with the bigger accounts, or it's gonna interfere. So instead, what you could do is trade the small accounts the same way that you would trade a prop account, the same way. So that when you do go and trade a prop account, you practice for it, you're ready for it. You do it on your first try. It's easy. How to know when to cut the EA off and holding versus knowing when to close the trades and EA. All right, so now if you have the latest version, which you should, then you have the latest price ranger feature. With the price ranger, you will clearly determine yourself a range where you think this pair will keep on ranging. So it will cut off automatically at the point of structure of either resistance or support, depending where is it going. And then at that point, it will just close automatically. So it takes away this thing that you're saying of knowing when to hold, knowing when to not, because it will just do it automatically for you whenever it breaks out. And the answer is whenever it breaks out. But I thought the plan was be able to risk more on live accounts, use profits from funded. So you reckon to scrap that account too. Now that depends. That depends. If you're not already funded and is your first time, then I do suggest you like just trade conservatively on the small account. But if you're funded, you already made $10,000-$20,000 from the prop firm, you took that money, you put it into your account, you can be riskier with that because you're more confident. You already passed a few accounts. You already know what you're doing. But if you're new, like don't go and try to double, triple your account. Like that's not going to work. You're just going to blow it. So it does depend on your experience level too. The price ranger is awesome. It really does take you out of all the trades. Yes, it's really great, man. Huge thanks, Axel, for the webinar. See you next time. See you, buddy. When Asian session is happening, I'm sleeping, so it's not really a case of me doing anything. So far, it's just waking up and not going back to bed and staring at it. Sorry. Not sure I understand. What do you mean? How do you bounce back from big losses? Okay, this is a good question. Let's share some big losses story. Okay. In trading, what was the most amount of money that you lost? Like the highest amount. I want everybody to comment. What was the most amount of money you lost in a single day? $10K. Okay. 6,000. 11K. 2K. $400. 5,700. 10K. 6K in 5 minutes. Jesus. 4.5K. 2K. 3K. Okay. 18,000 pounds. Geez. 10K. 60. Oh, okay, we're getting up there. 60. 2K. All right. Let me share mine. There's from what I remember, there's two big losses that I took in my life. One was 100K and one was 50K. So is half of each other. So the biggest loss was 100,000. And that is fucked up. When you lose 100,000 like that, it's fucked up. But here's how you go about it. And it depends on what type of person you are as well. If you lose 100,000, but you're still very confident in your skill, in who you are, and in your system, then you know that you will make it back. You know that you will bounce back from the loss. Now, this is where like mental rigidness is very important, because a normal person, if you lost 100K on the trade, you would just quit trading in general and just like, fuck this shit. But this is where like you need to be a strong dude mentally. It's not easy, right? Like all of us here, there's 100 people here. Like none of us here chose like an easy career. Okay, if you wanted an easy career, bro, go flip burgers. All right. This fucking career here comes with craziness, comes with losses, comes with sometimes massive losses, and you just have to bounce back and recover. The thing is, I've also made more than 100K, so I know the dollar amount of the money sounds crazy, but it's not, because I've made more than that in profits. So that also helps me know that, okay, like I'm good, like I can recover. Now, honestly, I did take like like a week off after that. I was fucked up, like mentally. I took like a week off to get back. And yeah, I had to take a little like week break and then came back. So basically, the whole premise of what I said is you need to be mentally strong and confident in your strategy. That's it. Any of you guys have any questions before we take off? I took my loss as a lesson. I've learned from it and moved on. That's good. Axel, give me a free Discord link. Should I do it? What did you say? Yeah. All right, all right. It's because you said yes, I'll give it to everyone here. All right, wait. Now, but before you go, there's some rules, all right? Before you start, I'm gonna give you all the Discord, but don't go too crazy because I will ban you. I don't have no problem banning you. I'll tell you that straight away. I have absolutely zero problems banning you. Rules. Okay, so let me read the rules first before you get started. So when you do come in, you don't go too crazy. So no negativity and fighting allowed in the Discord. Please be respectful to your fellow members and to the community. We have a whole rules section there. No spamming your questions in every thread. Ask once and wait for a response. Because I see people like they ask the same question in all of the threads, and you do that, I will ban you straight up. Before you ask any questions, make sure you have went over all the videos and manuals and the FAQ. And then you can't find it there, then come and ask. Be a productive member of the community and share your insights and results. So the whole point of having the Discord is so we can feed off of each other's energy. You see other people winning. You're like, okay, I'm going to like, you get more confident. So now when you have results, you want to share that as well. We also have, if you're going to do manual trading, we have a section which is called manual trading, and you can post all the manual trading results and talk over there and not on the main threads. And finally, there's no promoting other people's products. Like you're trying to sell this and sell that. It always comes back to me. They always send me in my DMs. They're like, hey, this guy's trying to sell me. And I will instantly ban you. So with that being said, let me send the link. Boom. Let me know if it works, by the way. No? Okay, let me I think I messed up something. Wait. I'll send a new one. This one should work. Boom. Yep. I see you. So you guys joining up. Any last questions before we leave the Zoom? I'm not sure how long we've been going on, but any last comments? Can you drop the link for the audio? Yes, actually. Good thing you reminded me. Let me do it here in the Zoom for the people who want to buy the RTT audio straight away from the woman I used. It's like $7, to be honest. The best $7 I spent in my life. Here. It's a 20-minute audio. You want to do it. If you really want to boost your product, to boost your progress, you want to do it once right after you wake up and once right before you sleep. That's when your subconscious mind is most open to suggestions. Okay, we have the people in. That's amazing. All right, guys. I'm gonna pause this recording. I'll post